Most people see Tiger Woods as a god, but there was a moment when even Tiger had written himself off. After 11 years of pain, surgeries, and public collapse, he was no longer afraid of losing golf. He was afraid of losing the only thing he had left, the belief in himself. And then came one decision, a decision that almost destroyed him, or rebuilt his mind forever. This is the moment everything broke. What happened next wasn't a swing change. It was a mental shift so small, it looked meaningless at the time, and powerful enough to rebuild everything. It was 2017. 4 back surgeries, a fused spine, the humiliation of the DUI. Tiger wasn't just in physical pain. He was in an identity crisis. His mentor, Steve Stricker, asked him the question that changed everything. Are you done, or do you want to keep fighting? Tiger realized he couldn't rebuild the machine. That version of him had to die. This wasn't a comeback. It was an excavation. What followed weren't tactics or motivation, but quiet changes in how he saw himself. For most of his life, Tiger fought his limitations. Pain meant push harder. Fear meant silence. Weakness meant failure. That mindset built dominance, and then, slowly, it destroyed him. His body stopped cooperating. Perfection disappeared. The version of himself he trusted no longer showed up, and for the first time, Tiger stopped arguing with reality. No rage, no denial, no pretending it would go back to how it was. This wasn't giving up. It was the first honest thing he'd done in years. By letting go of what he couldn't control, he freed his mind to focus on what he still could, and that changed how everything felt. Here's the trap most people fall into when life pushes back. They mistake resistance for strength. They think fighting harder means moving forward, but sometimes the fight becomes the cage. Sometimes the first step isn't effort, it's telling the truth about where you are. For decades, golf wasn't just his profession. It was the only way he knew how to exist. Without golf, everything else felt unfamiliar. Injuries didn't just affect his game, they shook the only identity he knew. And that collapse forced a painful realization. When your entire life is built on one role, losing that role feels like losing yourself. Slowly, something new had to emerge. He learned how to matter without competing. First at home, then everywhere else. Winning was no longer how he measured himself. It became something extra, and that shift changed the weight of every shot. Ask yourself this: if one pillar of your life collapsed tomorrow, would anything else still be standing? Because widening who you are isn't distraction, it's protection. He used to measure success in trophies. Now, it was inches, the kind you feel, not celebrate. Instead of being weighed down by everything still ahead, he trained his mind to win the next moment. Confidence didn't return in a surge, it returned quietly, brick by brick. The excitement that day at the 2019 Masters carried more than celebration. It was for a man who didn't collapse under his own failure. A man who stared into years that didn't work and chose not to become them. He didn't just rebuild a swing. He rebuilt his relationship with pain, identity, and himself. In doing so, he reclaimed what the titles never gave him, his sense of self. If this story helped you see your own struggle differently, you're in the right place. Here at the Imaginarium, we don't study transformation for inspiration, we study it for understanding. Which inner transformation should we explore next? Tell us in the comments.